And Nancy Cordes is, well, rather obviously there, Westchester County Airport. It's just north of New York City, where rather obviously Hillary Clinton will be leaving soon, making her way to Florida for a campaign visit today. So from the tarmac, here we go. Nance, again, Hillary Clinton took questions from the traveling press corps, you included there, on the plane yesterday. Did it seem as though this will be something of a regular occurrence going forward?
Hard to say. She didn't make any promises, though she did say that she was glad that she was with us on the plane for the first time. We didn't sense too much irony in her voice there. She did try to rip off the Band-Aid pretty quickly, Josh. This was her first day aboard the plane with us. It was the second leg of the day between Ohio and Illinois, and she came back and, actually talked to us for quite a while. She took about a dozen questions, and we landed and headed to the next event. So we certainly hope that it is going to be a regular occurrence, though we haven't gotten an indication yet.
There have been questions arising about her burgeoning email scandal for some time, Nancy. The questions yesterday included why an aide of hers deleted an email archive, and just what sort of training she had received as Secretary of State with regard to her email practices. What did she have to say?
She said that she didn't know why her aide had deleted that email archive just a few weeks after news of the server broke and after Congress had asked that all of her emails be preserved. She said she just simply wasn't aware of that situation, which is a little surprising, Josh, given the fact that this now happened a year and a half ago, and she could have easily gotten to the bottom by now of why her emails would have been deleted after government officials asked for them to be preserved. As far as her training with classified information, you'll recall that in the notes that the FBI released on Friday, Clinton told agents that she hadn't received any formal training or briefing on how to handle classified documents, and she seemed to indicate that that was part of the reason why she didn't recognize that some documents were more sensitive than they were. But yesterday, when she was speaking to us and was asked why she didn't request that training when she first got to the State Department, she said it was because she was already familiar with classification levels because of her years on the Armed Services Committee in the Senate. So a little bit of a dichotomy there, on one hand saying that perhaps she wasn't familiar enough, and on the other hand saying she was already a seasoned pro.
Nancy, 9 weeks to go in both campaigns are certainly looking to do, if nothing else, to frame this as a referendum on trust with regard to their opponent. Donald Trump has done it with regard to the email scandal, and yesterday Secretary Clinton is doing the same with regard to questions about the Trump Foundation's donation to the Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, who at the time was deciding whether or not to investigate Trump University. Clinton yesterday called that donation questionable. What do you believe the campaign is looking to do here?
Well, the campaign is arguing that even as the Clinton Foundation and Clinton herself have come under fire for a so-called pay-to-play scandal where foundation donors somehow got special treatment at the State Department, they say there's no evidence of that, and yet there is now concrete evidence that the Trump Foundation was A, making a political donation, which is not allowed, and B, making a strategic donation, they say, to a law enforcement official who was looking into allegations against Trump University. And so the Clinton campaign is urging reporters to look into this more closely. They say that Donald Trump has gotten a free pass so far on questions both about his charitable giving and about his foundation, and they say that this is simply an egregious example of what they've been accused of with very little evidence.
It would seem that pass has come to an end. Grab your carry-on, rather. Head across that tarmac, Nancy. I do believe your plane is waiting.
Bon voyage, Josh.